I talked to the policeman who investigated
That case?
Yeah. And his name is Detective James Haspel.
Haspel, yeah.
And he works at Madison Police Department
In New Jersey.
In New Jersey.
Right.
When did you investigate Mr. Tod Scott Brody?
It was early in 2002, I believe. I worked on that investigation.
Okay. And for how long did you investigate?
After getting the initial report from the victim, I worked on that several months.
Yeah.
Pretty time-consuming.
And what did you find out?
Ultimately, he was charged criminally with 3 counts of theft by deception, 1 count of theft. And I found out that Mr. Brody, who was working for a local film editor in town, he was involved in a variety of different scams. He would generate, for example, false bills, and the payment for these said bills would be funneled into his own personal bank account. We tracked a number of things like that through his bank records and things of that nature. He was pretty creative with the types of scams he would create.
And what was the result of the investigation?
As a result, he was arrested at his home, and the case was sent up to the county prosecutor's office. And I'm not 100% sure of how it was resolved. I believe it was a plea agreement, probation, or something of that nature.
A plea agreement?
A plea agreement. It means that he agreed to pay back some of the money, and in turn they gave him probation, saying, "Don't do it again. If you do, you'll be going to jail." So
okay.
He made some kind of deal with them.
So now you know all these things about Tod Scott Brody.
Yeah.
Don't you start to be scared or frightened that you have been?
Well, the thing is, he's not a very big guy. He comes up to about here on me, and he's 50 years old. So I wasn't, I didn't think about violence, at least not towards me. But he's the word I'd use is disturbed. I was deeply disturbed. I sat with him in the train station, in the Copenhagen train station, waiting for Gita, this Gita woman, to show up because she was supposed to meet. He asked me to meet her and look at her script to give some input. And I thought, fine. So we waited at the train station for half an hour, and I said, "Don't you think maybe you should call her? Do you know what train she's on?" And he's looking at the board. And he said, "I don't know. She's coming from Germany or something." I said, "Well, give her a call because I got to catch a train." So he calls her, and he spends 3 minutes on the phone with this woman, and she's saying the train stopped at the German border. There's some problem. There's police running all over, and that we're still delayed. So I said, "Okay, well, see you later, Todd. I got to catch my train back. We'll meet up another day."
But that conversation,
there was no one on the other end of the phone. He said, as an actor, I've done that, and it takes skill to pull that off and make it look real. And I don't know how good I've done it in the past, but I believed him. If that man wanted to be an actor, he's got a big career ahead of him.
So there's no one in the telephone?
No one on the other end. And it's the same thing with emails. You write an email to somebody, expecting it to be his assistant in New York, and you get a response back, and all this time, it's him. You're writing to him. And that's just, it's deeply disturbing.
Okay.